Okay, so here's a theory I have for the show, which would actually make me kind of dislike it. Now, hear me out, and this could actually happen. So, spoilers, the last episode of Ahsoka, she entered in the world between worlds, and if you don't know what the world between worlds is, well, I'm making a video on that, so that'll be out soon. However, it's basically a place where time stands still, and you can see every event in Star Wars that ever happened, and you can go into different doorways, which lead to different events. So, she sees Anakin here, okay? And she's kind of in this, like, purgatory, if we could call it that. This place of the unknown. It's very mystic. Now, at the end of Rebels, we saw her, which was a very reminiscent scene, standing before Ahsoka. However, there was a difference in the scene that we saw in Episode 2 of Ahsoka versus the end of Rebels. The difference is, in Rebels, Ahsoka was wearing a white cloak, and she had a scepter with the hood up. In Ahsoka live action, Episode 2, she was wearing a gray cloak. Now, Dave Filoni has made many remarks on Ahsoka the Grey versus Ahsoka the White, saying Ahsoka the White is kind of like a Gandalf the White experience. So, my fear is that perhaps we're going to get some sort of a time reversal. She's going to go back in time. She's going to change the events of everything so that perhaps Baylan doesn't get the map. And this would be when she comes out of the world between worlds, she is in the white form. So she is renewed, she is, character development, she's much more powerful, and now she shows up at Sabine's to pick her up, and she has the scepter, she has the gown, and she's basically, a completely different Ahsoka that we've never seen before, whereas she was the gray, now she's the white. And I would not like this to happen because I'm not a fan of any sort of time travel or anything like that. For me, Infinity War was one of the best movies, and then I felt Endgame really just destroyed everything because it was just time travel. And it was like a fun movie that recaps all of the previous ones. Like when you're watching a sitcom and it just one episode is just like all the recaps of like funny or important or whatever moments. It was kind of like that. And it was more like a very extremely fan servicey fun thing. And I feel like with this, I don't want them to do some sort of a time machine or anything like that. I think that only belongs in movies like Hot Tub Time Machine or Back to the Future. So I feel like for this, it's really got to be something that could either maybe be a glimpse into a portal of what if Ahsoka did something differently. That I could live with, right? Like, for example, I think she's going to walk with Anakin and they're going to look at different portals and different gateways into different moments in Star Wars. And she can maybe ponder and see as she looks in, like, what is this scenario like? And so maybe in Rebels, it was that alternate scenario. But then that makes us wonder, why was Ahsoka white? What was the deal with that? What does that change? How does she change? What's her power level? What are the differences? So I think we really get into a lot of very dangerous territory in that sense when we go into time travel because it just muddies things up a lot. So what I would like to do going forwards is to not do any sort of time travel, but rather just glimpse into these portals and doorways. However, I know you guys are pretty invested in time travel. I know some of you are, and I know some of you like me are not, especially in Star Wars. So you guys let me know in the comments. Do you think Ahsoka is going to actually reverse the whole episode and start from scratch with everything that she knows and basically not mess up? Kind of like a redo of the whole game. You got all the abilities and you're starting at level 1 and you absolutely go ham and you just destroy everybody. That could be what happens. And personally, I don't want to see that. I just don't think that would be too interesting. I feel like we've established a story and we just have to follow it through and go with it. So I don't know why there's a discrepancy with those two scenes, but I guess we'll see. Some of you guys are saying that she's going to reverse time. So I know Josh was saying that or something like that. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the theory video. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, remember the Force will be with you always.
The world between worlds, then, it's not about time travel. It's really not about time travel at all. It's just about a place where everything comes together and you hear different things echoing throughout time.